Hey everyone, talking about Oud Satin Mood by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is my first time trying this. It's talked about so often among niche fragrances, and somehow I just still have not smelled it. So the notes in this are Agarwood, Oud, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, benzoin, violet, and vanilla. I don't like rose, I don't like oud, and I really don't like most rose and oud combinations, but this smells surprisingly nice to me. I really appreciate the kind of light sweetness added by the vanilla. It adds an almost like candy or ice cream sweet feel to the opening to me, not in like a cloying or synthetic way like that might sound, but and not even in a gourmandy way, but just in the sense of it not being one of those more like really thick, dry vanillas that sometimes more high-end niche fragrances use. This is just so much more palatable and kind of joyful to me. The oud here manifests to my nose as like a rich medicinal type of woods and not the more animalic kind. Yeah, the rose is also not as like ancient smelling as I thought it might be with this mix. And overall, just an elegant and much more palatable rose and oud scent than the often challenging, to my nose at least, kind. And to me, it's unisex for most phases, but there's times when it definitely does lean a bit more stereotypically feminine, especially when that kind of powdery violet comes out more in the dry down. Still not something I would wear, it's just not my taste, but it's a rose and oud scent that I would have no problem smelling on others, and I cannot say that for most rose and oud scents. Again, even with those other ones, I'm not saying they're bad, it's just not my taste, and this is something where I would actually probably like, oh, you smell good, what is that, if someone was wearing it. So I'm definitely impressed by this, especially because houses like MFK, sometimes some of theirs are just not stuffy, but like not really my thing, even in terms of wanting to smell it on others. There are some that are really good, and of course stuff like Baccarat Rouge, you gotta respect that. But this is just, yeah, so much more. I like this, like mass appealing, but really, really high quality at the same time. So nice. Excited to have a rose and oud scent to recommend to people that I actually find enjoyable myself. This goes for $300 for a 70 ml, obviously very pricey, but you will get your bang for your buck in the sense of really rich quality, very high quality smelling, but yet still appealing to a lot of people. It has such long longevity, like just really, really eternal in my experience, and the projection's pretty good on this one. Sillage is really good, so you definitely do not need to overspray. One spray isn't going to do it, but you don't need to do like 10 sprays to get noticed pretty well with this. So another reason for a lot of people, that factors in so much to the cost that you could really like make this last quite a while, even using it a lot. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy a bottle or a sample. There's also the extrait version of this, I believe. I'll try that at some point. This is just the Eau de Parfum version, but yeah, pleasantly surprised.